Okay then guys, we've got a bunch of products at First Man. So first up is the men's lifestyle supplement. This is free shipping worldwide, and if you pay monthly on the subscription, you can get an extra 10% off. We've got our Life Setter Marathon Mindset and Framing course, where we talk about body language, we talk about attracting women, we talk about how to build your life in a certain way to make yourself appear more attractive to the world, how to get the best results, etc. Fantastic course, got everything that you need. A lot of things that I can't talk about on this channel that is all in the course. We've got our streaming platform at 1m.video, which is our higher form of content, series, documentaries. We're really pushing to get these out over the next few months, guys. We're taking this to the next level. And then finally, we've got our new 1M House Members Club, which the links are below. You can check out the website. There's way too much to explain. In short, we buy houses around the world. You live in them. If that sounds of interest, check the link below. Now, straight into the video you came here to watch. Right then, guys, welcome back to another video. Just quickly before we start, I'm looking at the screen. I'm going to jump you guys over because I am looking at 1M House. We're very short on places now. It's really, getting to the point where we're going to close this. We've pretty much got everything in place that we need. We've put an offer down on the first house. All locations will be revealed very, very soon. We've even viewed all the second houses in Italy, which was very fun. We know what we're going to do moving forwards. I'm seeing the potential of this. This thing's flying, it's flourishing, we've nearly got all the members, we're going to launch it regardless, but there's less than 20 places left now. We're going to close this end of the month. Well, basically what we're going to do is wait until like April 5th so that there's a payday so that people can get in. I personally think there's going to be too many members. I think it's going to hit the limit by then anyway. So if you want me to save you a place, DM me, email me, just get a hold of me somehow and whatever, and I'll then message you on. We'll sort something out over WhatsApp, and I'll try and save you a place and get you in, because I think we're going to be oversubscribed if we keep it open till April 5th. So we might end up closing before, but I thought I'd just let you guys know. I don't think I've ever done this for you guys either, just showing all the features. You get the exclusive WhatsApp group as well, meal prep service, private rooms, swimming pool, cleaning service, which will be every day, personal lockers so you can leave your stuff. So next time you come back, it'll all be there. Maybe you like playing golf. That's massive if you can leave all your stuff there. All sat around the fire table. Is going to be like a £40,000 worth of equipment gym, which I can't wait to use. Dedicated office spaces so you can work remotely, which I'll be doing. I said to you guys this place is too hot. I said to you guys that I hate it all summer. It's like absolutely boiling. I'm probably going to be there for the first 3 months. So if you sign up, you're almost guaranteed to see me for the first 3 months. And the launch party will be there as well. But using the gym, dedicated office spaces, meal prep service, it's going to allow me to be there all summer. Sat around the fire table. I'm going to have the time of my life. So thinking of having barista, spa-like features, saunas, ice plunge, jacuzzis. That should be cool. Multi-faith rooms as well, because a lot of the guys in the group already have asked for halal foods, prayer rooms, etc., which, we have to. So once this closes, guys, in the next few days, weeks, whatever it will be, you can apply, but we won't be accepting anybody for 6 months. So, but here's some of the existing members. There's me. Here's some of the other guys. You can see a bunch of guys on here. Different ages. Look, we've got a guy 20 and 58. The guys in here are unbelievable. I really encourage you to read through. Like David said here, the people in this group are legit multi-millionaires in every field you can imagine. 1M House is high energy. People are constantly talking and are involved in discussions. You will be forced to keep up. High testosterone, no bullshit. We wish you were here. Michael, obviously 58 years old. You get a real good, point of view here from an older perspective. 1M House is more than just a place to stay. It's a hub of self-improvement, from mastering social media to connecting with like-minded individuals globally. The opportunities are boundless. I've deepened my knowledge on health, fitness, and expanded my network. Just letting this flow through. You guys can see. This guy here said, as an airline captain, I joined 1M House for the unique lifestyle it offers and the opportunity to expand my horizons beyond the aviation industry. I'm keen on meeting like-minded individuals and supporting younger members. That's really kind. Yeah, you guys can see it's just endless. As a software engineer, 1M House is clearly a no-brainer. It's perfect for life setup and to network with ambitious, like-minded men. I enjoy the weekly calls with the guys from 1M House, the SAAS group. Because people have created groups off the back of the group itself. These are real members, by the way, guys. I've even said here, as 1M House co-founder, I see myself first as a member. This elite global network enriches me both personally and professionally. Creating this was a dream. At 21, I would have jumped at the chance to join. More members down here. Mike, 42. You know, Achilles is 19. So we've got Kurt here. I'm a banker, nothing like a digital nomad, so I see 1M House as the perfect weekend getaway in dope residences. I love how people compete and inspire each other in the group. What else have we got here? As a pilot, joining 1M House was a no-brainer. I get to network with high-value men, and soon, each time we'll fly to a different location, I'll get to stay and train at 1M location. Alex, my business partner. I may be the co-founder of 1M House, but I'm first a member. The community has already created an amazing culture. People are networking, collaborating, and exchanging business ideas on a daily basis. That's fantastic. Just a great group of guys. Honestly, it's a pleasure to be in this group. And like I said, we haven't got many people left. Justin here from Hong Kong, 31 years old. Connecting with like-minded individuals has been refreshing, especially away from Hong Kong's drinking culture and single-minded pursuit of wealth. I've found a community that values success across the board, and I can't wait to meet these people in real life, which he will be able to do at the launch party in a matter of months. So if you want to be there as well, guys, you want to be in the WhatsApp group, you want to be, enriching your life, you want to be around like-minded people that are all chasing, high-level dreams, learning from people, networking, being at the nicest locations around the world, then you know what to do. The links are below. We've got payment plans, so we make it easier for people. But like I said, I'm not going to sell this to you. I'm not going to force this to you because we've literally got barely any places left now. So ideally, for me, I want it to go a little bit slower so that we can almost hit the deadline and see how many we've got. But I think it's going to be a mad rush again. That is down to, like I said, around about 19 now as well. We need to update that. So, but on with the video, guys. So, why success is a lonely path. And this is going to be a quicker video, but it's going to be very useful for you guys, okay? Now, the decision that every successful man has to make, which is go along with the public schedule or use your time differently. Now, by public schedule, what I mean is, and a lot of UK guys will get this because my reference point comes from the UK. In the UK growing up, it was very much Friday, Saturday night. You sit in front of the TV and you watch game shows. You watch things like, Blind Date. You used to watch, in my era at least. Now people watch things like Love Island and whatnot. You had Pop Idol, you had X Factor. Like everyone used to sit in front of the TV and watch these shows, and then the younger people would go out and get drunk. You'd have a few beers. You'd come back 3-4 in the morning. You'd wake up on a Sunday. You were hungover. You'd eat a kebab. You'd take a kebab home. You'd wake up the next day on the Sunday, dressing gown, cup of tea. You'd have a bit of cereal, maybe a fried breakfast. You would watch the football from the day before. So you would have Super Sunday or whatever it was called, Soccer Sunday or something like that. And you used to be able to watch all the highlights from the day before. Then there were 2 games on back to back. You'd watch them. Your mum would cook you a roast dinner. You'd eat the roast dinner, which is a typical British meal. You would all, you'd watch something like Top Gear at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night, which I loved. You would then go into work on the Monday, and you would all say to each other, "Did you watch the football? Did you watch Top Gear?" You'd all have that relatable conversation. There'd be a Champions League game on Tuesday and Wednesday, and somebody would say, "Do you want to come round and watch the game at mine? We're all gonna have a bit of food and some beers." Like, what the point I'm making here is there is an exact life pattern that fits in wherever you are. So wherever you live, there's a routine. There's an exact way to live for each and every area within the world. Now, there's cultures within cultures, but on the whole, it's pretty much the same for each country. And people do the same things. People do the same things on repeat. Now, as I said up there, you either go along with the public schedule or you use your time differently. It's the two choices you have. You know the quote which says, if the masses are going left, you should go right. That sort of thing. That's, how success comes about is you go and do the opposite to what everyone else is doing. But go along with the public schedule or use your time differently. And I'll give you some examples. People might say, did you watch the game last night? Did you see Jess and Mike on Love Island? Saturday night, we're going out. You coming? And then it will be Wednesday, Champions League, beers at mine. Are you in? Your girl might say, stay in bed, babe. Don't go to the gym. Let's cuddle. So this is, she might say, stay in bed, babe. Don't go to the gym. Let's cuddle. It's a Sunday. And it very much links into the calendar effect that I told you guys about before. I actually wrote a book on this, and it's in my book, The Male Advantage, which is right there. The calendar effect, for those of you who don't know, is you might wake up on a Sunday. Somebody like myself just works. I just do a normal routine because I think the calendar isn't real. It's a fake kind of construct that's been put in place. And it's not some conspiracy like we needed a calendar to organize things. But it's not actually real. All you have in life is birth and death. Everything in between is just time. Night and day isn't even real. So, people will use an excuse, it's Sunday. You can't work on a Sunday, babe. But that's the pattern that normality puts you in. That's, as I said at the top, go along with the public schedule. That's the public schedule. People will say, it's Sunday, watch some football, have a roast dinner, put your feet up, relax, work tomorrow. And it's not, life isn't all about work, but you have to do a shit ton of work to become successful. Or at least you have to have a different routine and you have to get out of the norm to become successful. And if you're staying in that pattern of, on Thursday we'll go out for drinks after work. On a Friday, me and my girl always have date night. And I work a half day Friday. And then, on Saturday and Sunday I take 2 complete days off work. Monday to Wednesday I work normally, but on a Tuesday and Wednesday night I always watch Champions League, and I'll always, do you know what I mean? You just get into this routine that everyone else is living. And Love Island's on tonight, we have to watch that 8 till 9. You end up wasting so much time just trying to fit in with everyone else. And if you don't fit in with everyone else, if you don't follow that standard routine, the things you have to talk about they don't relate to, and vice versa. So the amount of people when I was on my success journey that would say to me, did you watch that show last night? I was like, I don't watch TV. That's a conversation killer. You seem like the most boring guy in the room. Do you know what I mean? Did you watch that show last night? Did you watch Bake Off? Did you watch Love Island? And you're like, no, I don't watch that crap. I don't really watch TV. No, I know successful people that say I don't have a TV in my house. You straight away, it's a conversation killer for 99.9% of people. They're like, oh, what a boring guy, doesn't even have a TV. Do you want to go out this weekend? You're like, I don't really drink. You just sound boring. You just sound like the most dead guy in the world. Do you know what I mean? Imagine trying to date a girl and you're like, sorry, I don't really drink alcohol. I don't have a TV in my house. Straight away, you just sound like the most boring person alive. But the stuff that you're aiming towards, you're not there yet. So if you're like, oh no, but I jump on private jets, I fly around the world, and I've got a yacht that I sail around the world as well, and I do cool shit all the time, then you'd be like, oh, okay. But in the early days, you're exchanging all of that shit for nothing. Work. You're just literally sat at a desk just working. Or, I don't know, whatever it is you do. You're hopping on the phones and making calls, trying to wrap up deals. You just don't have a normal life. You probably don't sleep at a normal schedule. You probably don't get near enough as much sleep as everyone else. Do you know what I mean? So, let's say your girl goes to bed. You're still up for 3 more hours. You wake up in the morning, she's still led in bed for 3 more hours. You go to the gym, she doesn't come with you because she's tired. This is why success is such a lonely path, because you're doing things that nobody else wants to do. And whatever country or culture you're in, there is an exact system. I keep looking at my emails, sorry. There is an exact system and trends that everybody follows. And if you don't fit in with that, then you just don't fit in. And you're not going to have any friends. Because at the end of the day, as I've written here, saying no to all of the above, and by the above, I mean the Saturday night, the Love Islands, do you watch the game last night, Champions League, beers at mine, stay in bed, babe, don't go to the gym, let's cuddle, it's a Sunday, that sort of stuff. Saying no to all of that pushes people away. Of course it does. If you've got a girlfriend and you keep saying to her, no, I'm going to go to the gym, I don't want to have a cuddle. She's like, oh, come and sit on the sofa and watch a movie with me. And you're like, babe, I've got work to do. You're not going to be together long. she's going to feel like, oh, you know, there's another guy that shows me way more attention. She's going to go off with him. It's normal, which is going to lead to loneliness. Anybody new that you start dating, I'll put it this way. In the last year or so, pretty much every woman that I've tried to date, I've cancelled with at least 3-4 times. I've been like, I will meet you this weekend. Like 2 days later, I can't meet you this weekend. Something's popped up. I'm flying somewhere. Something's happened. I'm working on something. You know, I'm too busy. It's just like they're probably not going to stick around. Do you know what I mean? If you cancel 4 or 5 times, they're probably going to be like, this guy isn't interested. I'm wasting my time. What am I doing? You know, with your friends, you know, your day one friends that you used to go out drinking with all the time, partying and whatnot, they thought you were great. Suddenly you stop doing that. And then you both realize, oh, actually, like, were we really friends or were we just glorified drinking buddies? Was I just an enabler? You know, is this relationship able to sustain by us not seeing each other very often? But when we do, are we still going to be mates? Like, you just don't know. But if you're not hanging out with somebody, you're not living the same life. Do you know what I mean? You're not living the same life. You're not involved in the same things. You're not going to have a lot to talk about or relate to. If they've been going out and getting drunk every single weekend for a year and you've been working non-stop and building something and putting things in place, you're going to be completely different people when you see each other again. So when you sit down and you have a conversation or you bump into each other in public, you're almost going to be, both of you are going to be kind of semi-embarrassed. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be like, what you've been up to? Oh, well, you know, you might stand there and be like, ooh, you're not really... It's not really the type of person I want to be around anymore. Oh, really, mate? Like, that doesn't sound great. And then they ask you about you and you don't really want to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Because you feel bad. And it goes from like a friendship to some like awkward stranger, or almost goes from like a girlfriend to an ex. It becomes really, really weird. And that is why success is such a lonely path. And, you know, you get people saying things like, he thinks he's better than everybody. He's changed. He's not the same as he used to be. But that's normal because they're wrong. They're right in a way that you aren't the same as you used to be. You know, you are a completely different person. You don't think you're better than anybody else, but the level that you've got to is now better than it used to be. They haven't evolved. So technically in their heads, it looks as though you're thinking that you're better than them. Do you know what I mean? It does look as though you know, he's trying to get to a higher level without me. I hate that guy. What a dick. I can see where it comes from, but that's why it becomes such a lonely path. I said on here, the amount of times, and this is what we'll end with, the amount of times I spent entire weekends in summer working from home usually, and I could hear everybody outside drinking, partying, laughing, etc. And I had it when I first moved to this place. So when I first moved into this place, as you guys know, it's a penthouse, it's a beautiful house. I wanted to have some fun. I probably did for a very short space of time in little fragments, but the majority of the time I was working. I just wanted to keep pushing and working because I love it. I just want to see, you know, because it was like mild success. I wanted to get to a level of success that was just wildly sustainable, and would push me to levels that most people could never get to. And I'm on the way to that now, and I'm glad I put the work in that I did. But my first year here, I remember I got my SMP done, and I thought I looked really good, and I was like, I really want to enjoy this summer. And I went out for like a couple meals and stuff like that, but it was more just, I just worked a lot because I knew I had an opportunity to keep pushing. And I can hear people because I'm in the center of the town, and I can hear people laughing, joking, drinking, screaming, shouting. I've even heard people fucking in the alleyway. And you're just like, God, I'm a successful guy. I'm in shape. I look the best I've ever looked. I've got nice clothes and stuff. All my friends are like, I could go out. This could be great. And then you're just like, but I've got all this to work on. I need to get it done. Like, it becomes a bit of an addiction. It's semi painful because you want to go out. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to have fun. You want to be a part of the world. You know, you don't want to be a boring guy. But I'm at an age now, guys, where I've told you before about the great male filter. I'm at an age now where I can see it clearly. And the work that I put in my 20s has paid off in my early 30s. I know the same thing is going to take place moving forwards, but in a like amplified manner, because Now I've got momentum, you've got money and stuff like that, you've got a platform, you've got things moving forward, you're better than ever at business. And it's the aggregation of male age. As I told you guys before, from 21 to 29, you might make like 5% progress. From 29 to 30, you might do like 15% progress, just because of what happens to your brain. You know, when you used to play video games, right? At 5, 6 years old, you couldn't complete a level and you'd hand the controller to your older brother or whatever, or your older friend, and they'd do it for you. It's the same in life. You know, people who are a little bit older than you, a little bit more experienced, more knowledge in business, they can do things like that might take you like 6 years to accomplish, because you just don't have that skill set or capital or connections or knowledge. Like, there's loads that I do now that takes me like 2 days, but it used to take me 2 months and I just couldn't figure it out. So you've got all that's come into play, that's picked up, and your life is better than ever. But you still have to have that level of resistance, because you know that you could cash in now, but it is a bit of stick or twist. You know, that last year I could have gone out, I could have partied, I could have enjoyed myself, cashed in on a lot of this. But I would have kicked myself at like 35, 36 that I didn't try and take it to the next level. I would have been okay, I would have been comfortable, but I wouldn't have been wildly financially secure, which is what I want. Being able to do whatever you want in life whenever you want. That's important to me. And I think as well about the progression bias, which is what you want right now, you think you'll want forever. I know 30-year-old me was so happy at 20-year-old me for putting in the work. I know 40-year-old me will be so happy with 31-year-old me and 30-year-old me for staying in and putting in the work. Like I've said to you guys before about the male advantage, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss the window. So I've added elements to my life. There's cool shit that I'm doing. I mean, I just got back from Italy. Before that, I was in Spain. And before that, I was in France. I was in Paris. You know, so I'm still doing cool shit, but I just don't follow the standard routine. You know, like I'm living in a penthouse. I drive a nice car. I have nice clothes. I go out for meals. Like, I still do nice shit. But when push comes to shove, it's like, we got to work. We got to knuckle down. We got to get this done. And that pushes you away from a normal life routine. Do you see what I mean? I don't really go out drinking. I don't go out partying. So that alienates me from a whole bunch of people. I've not got kids yet. So my friends that have gone, I'm going to get married and have kids, that alienates me from them, because I've chosen to go down a different path, which is to focus on myself, my own success, my own life, and be a little bit selfish, which again alienates you. That is why there's no profound message in here that you're going to go, oh, that makes sense. Like, you knew all this already. I just wanted to mention it. But that is why success is such a lonely path, and it's such a difficult one, because you are going against the norms of an everyday routine that people do. You know, if you don't work a 9 to 5, you're not going out at lunch to get food. You're not doing the morning commute. You don't finish at Friday at 5 and get that Friday feeling. I don't get that Friday feeling anymore. So Friday at 5 on payday, when everyone's jumping around full of energy, I might actually be low energy, because I'm like, oh, I actually had a tough day today. That was difficult. But I get paid every single day. So it might be like Wednesday the 4th, and I'm really excited because we had a great day. And everyone else is like, oh, I'm broke. I've got no money. Well, it might not be the 4th, but it might be like the 24th, like a week before payday or something. And everyone's pissed off and down and low, and I'm high energy and I want to do something. But it's a rainy Wednesday and everyone's like, oh, I just want to stay in, go to bed. That's why it's lonely. And then you make a ton of money and you can do cool shit that no one else can afford. And they have ties, which is the 9 to 5 job. They have to be at work 9 a.m. on the Monday. They can't do what you do. So it's lonely. Do you know what I mean? The only way to get out of that is to find friends that are on that level moving forward, which is natural. That's just going to happen because you're all doing the same shit. So you're going to end up meeting friends that are on that level. And the other option is you become wildly successful and then you meet the women, because number one, you'll be able to put systems in place and hire certain people to free up more time. Or number two, you'll get to a certain level where there's women that like men at that level. They expect you to be busy. They want you to not have time for them. They like that. The problem is right now you might be dating a local girl with a local mindset. And all she wants to do is just kind of cuddle in bed on a Sunday, relax, just have a quiet life. She just wants 2 kids, a dog, and a white picket fence and a small garden. She's like, should we get married, get a mortgage, have kids? That's her ambition level. If yours is like 100 times higher than that, of course you two are going to clash. It's not going to work. She doesn't have that mindset. She's been working all week. She wants to lie in bed Saturday and Sunday and go and buy some cupcakes from the local store. You as an ambitious man, you're like, that sounds like hell to me. This isn't going to fit in. Okay, the women that I want at a certain level, I'm nowhere near that yet. I'm going to have to work and get to that level before I can actually get a woman that wants a man like that, who is on that level of and ambitious. That takes some time. So there's going to be a window. There's going to be a window, which it was in my life, from around about 22 when I got really serious about all this shit, to about 30 when I was able to actually enjoy and cash in on a fair bit of this. Maybe closer to 31 now. This year's been extremely fun for me. So around about 8 or 9 years, a little window where all the things that I was doing and my schedule was completely not aligned with the rest of the world's public. That's lonely. That's hard. Every time I'm working, everyone's out enjoying themselves. Every time I'm, maybe I'm free. Maybe I go and do I was able to do my food shopping on a Monday. I would always do it like Monday, 8 a.m. because I was like, there's no one around. I can go in and there's no one around and it'll be fun. So every part of your life, you're trying to find time savers. How can I go food shopping when there's no one there? Like, that's lonely. You're going to the gym when there's no one there so that you can use all the equipment. That's lonely. I started going to the gym during public hours, like 6 p.m., as annoying as it is, just to see human beings. But that is the nature of success. You're trying to save time at all times. You go to the gym at 6 p.m. versus probably, let's say, 8 a.m. when there's no one there. You might save 20, 30 minutes waiting for machines, trying to park your car, traffic. You go food shopping, you might save 30 minutes with parking, walking around, queuing, which, standing in line, waiting to pay for your food. You might save 30 minutes. That's entrepreneurship. That's how it works. That's a lonely life because there's nobody ever around. If you can get past that and that little window maybe of like 8 to 10 years and you can get through it, you can then immerse yourself back into the world, because there is another side. There's the other side of male life, which is, these guys that are dating high-level women that want a certain lifestyle. These guys, like, for example, and I'll give you example off the top of my head. I've dated a fair few models. They're free in the day. They're always free to travel because they do 1 or 2 shoots per week, and then the rest of the day they're available. Well, a model with a high-level guy, they're both free to travel. They're both free to do stuff on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain people that just align. They don't have a 9-to-5 job to go to. That's just one example. I'm not saying you have to date a model, but you guys get my point. And there's other high-level guys that are like, yeah, Monday at 2, let's jump on a flight, let's go somewhere. That's who's going to become your friends. That's who's going to become your girlfriend, wife, mother of your children moving forward and whatnot. And then you can build a unit around that. But that is why success is a lonely path. That is the solution to it. That's also the 8 to 10 year problem that you guys are going to have to get through.